Welcome to the Beatless Tuning app. This app is based on the principles of just intonation, where we're trying to train your ears and not your eyes. This app has 4 sections: intervals, chords, a challenge mode, and a lab mode. Let's get into it. Let's start with intervals. With the intervals, you can pick any interval that you choose, all tuned to just intonation. Let's start here with the octave. We can choose our note. We can choose our octave. Let's listen to what this sounds like. Now I'm going to slowly add beats to the sound. Let's make those beats go away. Now let's take a look at the next part of intervals, and that's the tune by ear function. This allows you to tune only by using your ears. Notice we have waves. And now I want to make adjustments only using my ears to make the beats go away. I'll use the dial now for fine tuning. Let's check my pitch. I'm 0.24 cents away from a beatless interval. That's pretty good. I'll take that. All other beatless intervals can be found, including the barbershop 7th and the harmonic 7th. Have fun exploring all there is to find beatless intervals. Now on the next section of triads, notice you can choose any note for a root that you would like. We have major, minor, diminished, and augmented triads. We have 3 different octaves to choose from. And then we can also have different inversions. We can listen to different notes. Here is a B-flat major triad in just intonation. Notice that we have the 3rd lowered 13.7 cents and the 5th raised 1.96. Now let's just work on one note. We can focus on just the 3rd. I can move it out of tune. Here we're taking it close to equal temperament. And now let's lower it back to just intonation. And here we have a beatless major triad. Now let's take a look at the tune by ear function in regards to a major triad. Let's see if I can tune this out of tune major triad and working on the 3rd. First I use the buttons. Now I'll fine tune it with the dial. Let's see how close I can get. Let's check the pitch. I was hoping to be negative 13.7 and I got negative 13.65. I think we could all be happy with that. Next, let's take a look at the 7th chords. Notice again, we can choose any root. We can do major 7ths, minor 7ths, dominant 7ths, half diminished and fully diminished. Let's take a look at the dominant 7th chord. Notice we can do any inversion. And here we have a C dominant 7th with the 3rd lowered, the 5th slightly raised, and the lowered 7th negative 31 cents. Let's adjust the 3rd out of tune. Let's adjust the seventh now. Let's bring it close to equal temperament. And now let's lower it back to just intonation. Notice in this section, we also have a tune by ear function. Now let's take a look at the challenge mode. In the challenge mode, we can work on intervals or we can work on chords. These are short quizzes to take that you can focus on one specific aspect of your listening. You can choose the amount of questions, how long you have for each question, how close you want to be, and then you start your quiz. Listen to me go through just one example here. I use the buttons and the dials. Again, all by ear. And in this case, I would go through this 4 more times as a part of the quiz, but just to save time, notice I got the first question right. And also notice that as we go, it tells you the feedback of how close you were or how far away you were. Notice we can add in our name, our grade, our period, whatever identification it is. And then the neat part is you can share this with your teacher or someone who you want to brag to. The last section is the lab mode, and this is where you can get as creative as you want. In the lab mode, you have the opportunity to create any chord with any tuning system that you would like. If you're into mean tone tuning, if you're into Pythagorean tuning, if you're into equal temperament, you can choose whatever you would like. In this example, I'm going to create a bitonal chord of a C chord with an octave above it. I'm going to have a D chord. Now to do this, we have the C chord in just intonation, and then I'm going to put the D chord in just intonation, but as a part of the C harmonic series. Of course, I'm speeding up the video. Let's listen to this bitonal chord. There's the C all by itself. Here's the D all by itself. Notice it's slightly raised above 0. Now let's put those 2 chords together. And there you have a beatless C over D chord. The Beatless Tuning app is designed to give everyone from a beginning student to an advanced student a better understanding of how to erase beats in the sound, because it's so important that we train our ears and not our eyes. The Beatless Tuning app can be found on the App Store. In the summer, it will be found on the Android app, and later this summer, before the fall, we'll have a web-based version for Chromebook usage.